Everyone's talking about the New York Jets and their quarterback plan for the 2026 NFL draft. But what if I told you, cue the ESPN 30 for 30 music and the slow piano? What if I told you there was another option at quarterback for the Jets? Perhaps if they missed out on their intended target during the draft, perhaps they could go in a different direction. We'll talk about it. Boy Green Daily starts now with a special guest.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
You're talking just football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. We just surpassed, it happened overnight, we have just surpassed 8,540 subscribers, baby. Let's go! So thank you to all the fans in the audience, and that means we're only a couple more away from 8,550. We keep climbing the ladder. So thank you to all the Jet fans out in the audience that have joined us here for this process. Before we get to our special guest here on the program, baby, I see Mother Effing Chew has just gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership here on YouTube. Oh, yes, the countdown to the draft. We're 11 days away for those counting at home, so appreciate those chimes from the universe. MFC, that membership went to UK_Hobbs. Oh, I used to read that in the newspaper. Hobbs, okay, there you go. Well, you're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club, Hobbs. Welcome to the show, baby. MFC, you now have 4 raffle tickets for our contest. Beautiful. Sunday's already off to a spectacular start. It's about to get better, baby, because it's time to bring on your mama's favorite NFL insider. Matt Lombardo, with a direct link to the Substack down below, is there for Matt Gash darn Lombardo. Let's bring him in. What's up, Matt?
I'm still picking my jaw up off the floor from that amazing new intro. What a great intro video. That's phenomenal. Yeah. Congratulations on the subscriber milestone. What a Sunday. We're now less than 2 weeks away from the Jets Super Bowl, and we are really pulling out all the stops here on Boy Green Daily.
Okay, I'm glad that you I forgot when I hit. I was like, Boy Green Daily starts now, and I hit that puppy. I'm like, has Matt seen the new intro? Apparently not. So great. All right. Well,
that was
jump
awesome.
On the train. Sweet. Yeah. And you'll see it at the end. What we'll do is we have you on for 30 minutes, which is a lot of fun, and we're going to get into a lot of topics here on the show. And then we play a quick video package. There's a new music video that's about a minute long that plays on the other half. That's also brand spanking new, so that'll be great too. So
cool.
Catch that on the way out. It'll be beautiful. So, the production going high. We're raising the roof up in here, which is nice. And apparently people continue to gift. NC Green with a gifted YouTube membership. Let's go. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a special day here, Matt Lombardo. I can already feel it. That membership went to a yes, sir. I'm Cooper. Well, Coop, welcome to the show, baby. NC Green also.
What if it's Omar Cooper?
It could be. Well, actually, I'll save that for my notes because there's some conflicting reports there on Omar Cooper. But let me throw this out there. And I think some people, I'm going to be candid, are probably going to hate what I'm about to say. But let's just get into it. And I wrote a column about it. So if the Jets don't get their quarterback of choice, and I don't know who that quarterback is. Maybe it is Ty Simpson. Maybe it's Drew Aller. Maybe it's Carson Beck. I don't know who the hell they want in this draft. But let's say they miss on that person, whoever it was. And then they're after the draft like, son of a gun, we got Geno Smith, Bailey Zappi, and Brady Cook. It's fine for us, but yikes. There's no long-term answer here. That's even remotely possible. Like last year, Justin Fields, while it seemed incredibly unlikely, the Jets thought it was remotely possible that suddenly everything aligns for him. So if they miss out, Could they come back to the Minnesota Vikings and say, hey, that J.J. McCarthy guy that's rotting away on your bench, can we throw you something for J.J.? Because there was a column out from Bleacher Report where they're just doing some random analysis. And they said the top 2 trade landing spots for J.J. McCarthy are the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. And to me, those are the 2 teams I've heard most frequently attached to Ty Simpson. And only one of those teams can get Ty Simpson. And I believe it will be one of those 2. We'll see when it ends up happening on draft day, either a late round 1 trade back in or they get them in the second round. And obviously, let's say the Cardinals, for example, if they get Ty Simpson, they wouldn't want J.J. McCarthy. That wouldn't make any sense with Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew. It'd be complicated. So they would be out, which means I think the Jets would potentially be in. Do you have any interest, Matt? Just be honest with me. Honesty is key in any relationship. J.J. McCarthy, Jets, for a mid-round pick flyer, would you have any interest?
Yeah, I'm intrigued by J.J. McCarthy to the Jets if it's a mid-round flyer in this year's draft. I would not want to see Darren Muji pull the trigger on a trade that sends draft capital from a much deeper, much more talented 2027 NFL draft class. But let's say that the board shakes out how it does, and the Jets take 2 blue chip prospects in the first round, and maybe Drew Aller goes off the board a round earlier than they expected, or maybe they miss out on Carson Beck or Garrett Nussmeier by a couple selections in round 3 or round 4. That's when I'm inclined to pick up the phone, call the Minnesota Vikings, and offer 2 mid to late round picks in this year's draft for J.J. McCarthy. And I do think it makes a lot of sense, right? Because when you look at the Jets quarterback room, you mentioned that there's not a lot of depth there. And depending on what they do with this year's quarterback class, J.J. McCarthy can be that developmental quarterback prospect under team control. And here's the upside to this. I don't know how much upside J.J. McCarthy has based on the disappointing rookie season, right? But let's say the Jets are eliminated from the playoffs by Christmas. And, you have J.J. McCarthy sitting on the roster, and he's been in the quarterback rooms around Frank Reich, maybe, just maybe, a run-based offense with Breece Hall, and you throw him in there in December through the end of the season to give him a look-see. And let's say he lights the world on fire, and the Jets go 3-1 in games that he starts, or something along those lines. You then can have the conversation about next year investing 3 first-round picks to build around him with the best offensive linemen or the best defensive prospects or the best offensive weapons, rather than maybe needing to trade at least 2 of those picks to go up to number 1 to take Arch Manning or take, Lenoris Sellers or take Julian Sayans. You could have your quarterback on the roster. So to me, if you're talking about a 4th or a 5th round pick or a 4th and a 5th round pick in this year's draft, there's really no downside to bringing J.J. McCarthy into the building and seeing what you have in him for this year.
One thing here, we've put it up as a poll now so you guys can get interactive on YouTube here. Would you guys have any interest in the Jets trading for Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy for a mid-round pick? Yes, why not? Or no, he friggin' stinks. So let us know with that poll that's going on right now. But I agree with you, Matt. You've pushed the right buttons here that, again, the Jets, I assume, would come to that realization quite quickly if they miss out on whoever their intended guy is. So instead of, to your point, 2027, where it's more rich, pull the trigger in 2026, say, hey, right now, we'll flip you this and this potentially for McCarthy. I think that totally makes a lot of sense. So again, I think
it's a lottery ticket. It's a lottery ticket. And if you're talking about trading 2 mid to late round picks for a quarterback chosen in the first round, who, when you came out of that NFL combine, the entire football world was buzzing about his acumen breaking down plays on the board and his football IQ. And there were some flashes last year with the Minnesota Vikings, not enough to make you think, obviously, that it was the right move to let Sam Darnold walk, right? But there was enough that you could say, okay, let's take the pressure off of being the starter. Let's bring him into our room. If it works out, tremendous. And if it doesn't, he's an affordable backup for at least the next 2 years, and he has upside. So if catastrophe happens, he's still young. So I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to keep buying lottery tickets at that position. And maybe he has better odds of hitting than a Carson Beck or a Drew Aller, depending on how you view those quarterbacks in this year's class.
Again, you guys are watching Boy Green Daily. This is a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. We're joined by the spectacular NFL insider extraordinaire, Matt Lombardo, between the hash marks. There is a direct link to his mailbag column down below, which is exactly where I want to go next, Matt, so people could dive right into that mailbag column, where you were asked about the Jets potentially using the 16th overall pick on a quarterback. And that's one of the biggest storylines of the draft is are the Jets going to do it? And if they would do it, would they do it at 16? And if they don't do it at 16, what does that say to the other teams? If the Jets, who as quarterback need as anybody, refuse to pull the trigger, why should we pull the trigger? So there's a lot of confluence and layers and all kinds of things going on here. Give us a sneak peek of your answer to that mailbag question. Where do you stand in all this?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of thought processes that Darren Muji has to juggle around that 16th pick when it comes to Ty Simpson. It's not just your evaluation of Ty Simpson, the quarterback. It is Ty Simpson, this quarterback, better than the top quarterbacks in next year's class, the Arch Mannings, the Julian Sayans, the Lenoris Sellers, the CJ Carrs. But it's not just that. Is he significantly better? Does he have significantly better chances of becoming a franchise quarterback than Drew Aller does, than Carson Beck does, than Garrett Nussmeier does, who you might be drafting in round 3 or round 4, but you're taking with the 16th overall pick in the draft? And beyond just comparing him to the quarterbacks, Paul, is Ty Simpson, does he have a higher ceiling than maybe Jordan Tyson, who could still be on the board, an elite wide receiver to pair opposite of Garrett Wilson? Is he better than Mekhi Lemon, who might still be there? Is he better than the best cornerback available? Because you're probably taking Arvell Reese or David Bailey or one of the top edge rushers at number 2. Is he better than the top cornerback who's available? Is he the best player on the board? And I really struggle thinking that Ty Simpson is a worthwhile investment over taking one of the developmental quarterbacks later, or taking a blue chip prospect at number 16. So in my opinion, I would not be taking a quarterback at number 16 because there is such a talent-rich and deep quarterback class waiting for you next year. And I really don't think there's much of a line of demarcation between Ty Simpson and Aller and Beck and Nussmeier. And you're not taking those guys with a top 20 pick in the NFL draft. So in my opinion, take the 2 blue chip players at 2 and 16, take your developmental quarterback in round 3, round 4, round 5, whatever, and you set the stage to have 3 first-round picks. So if you have another down year, you can take a quarterback at number 1, right, or number 2. If you're in the middle of the pack and you're picking 12th and 18th and 22nd, take 18 and 22, trade up into the top 5 and take a quarterback, right? To me, Ty Simpson just has to clear so many bars, which I don't think that his film shows. And you talk to people inside the league, there is a real skepticism about the limited amount of college games that he played, the inconsistencies on his tape, the down finish to last year. I just don't know how you look at all of your other options and the draft capital that you've been investing, that you've been saving. I don't know how you invest all that in Ty Simpson, because I feel like you're getting Christian Hackenberg 2.0 if you make that kind of leap.
Ugh. Oh, well, you know how to hit the right tones for Jet fans to initiate the gag reflex on Christian Hackenberg. Good Lord have mercy. And I would tell you this, it is that ripple effects of what you say. If the Jets pull the trigger on Ty Simpson at 16, how could they possibly, a year later, use any one of the 3 first-round picks in theory on a quarterback, because you would have believed so much in Ty to take him 16th overall. You only take a quarterback in the first round that you think could be your franchise quarterback, or why the hell else are you taking it? And can you make that determination if they are franchise quarterback, either in the pre-draft process to take him, and then the following year, which is most important, to evaluate whether he is or isn't? Because if that remains an unanswered question, the Jets take Ty Simpson, I'm there in Pittsburgh, and I lose my bleep because they just took Ty Simpson at 16, and then we're a year from now, and I believe it's the nation's capital for the next draft that comes up after that, and do the Jets go, oh boy, we do have Arch Manning, Dante Moore, whoever on the board, but we took that Ty Simpson guy last year. Well, we got to see that through. And not only do they potentially blow that Ty Simpson doesn't work out, then the next year's draft, you don't get one of those guys and you do a double doink. And that is no bueno.
And I wouldn't, I don't think Darren, yeah, and I don't think Darren Muji is there to make that pick next year if they take Ty Simpson at 16 and he becomes J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy. And what a story for him, right? So his first year, he looks good in the preseason game, but take that for whatever you will. But then tears his meniscus out for the year, and has a second surgery later because something went amiss or something went awry. And then this year, He starts to like 9-10 games and was wildly inconsistent. He had more picks and touchdowns. He also got hurt again. Like, I'm just, I'm not sure. Again, I would just say this because like there's only so much context you can put in a poll. If I'm the Jets, I would rather invest in Drew Aller, Carson Beck, that random name, whoever it is in the 4th or 5th round, and you get your own, a fresh pack of trading cards. It's not someone else's trading card. They traded me. I get a fresh pack. I open the pack. I've seen this card. This is my card. So I'd rather do that than the JJ McCarthy thing. If there's someone the Jets halfway decently like on day 3, because the contract, you have him for 4 years. For JJ, it is dirt cheap if he gets traded. He has 2 cheap years left of rookie control. His base salary is under $2 million for this season and next season in totality together, which is great. That's fine. But I would prefer if the Jets like a young quarterback, they have 9 picks in the draft. If you take one of them randomly on a quarterback on day 3, who cares? If it works out, you're the greatest team of all time. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out for a lot of teams that do that. So that may be the appropriate, risk reward and cost acquisition and that sort of thing. So we'll see what the Jets end up doing here. Here's another move that's floating out there in the universe. I've heard some Jet fans are sort of split on this topic. Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexy. He has requested a trade from the New York Giants. And there are some Jet fans out there in the universe that say, hey, plug and play. Aaron Glenn's calling the plays this year. Let's get him some star power because they got rid of a lot of it at the trade deadline. Could they get Dexter Lawrence? How would you feel about that? What can you share about that, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, I wrote a column up between the hash marks shortly after Dexter Lawrence requested the trade, asked around some people about his best fits, about him as a player. I had a defensive line coach tell me that he's a top 5 player at the position, that he is one of the best players out there. And when you look at Dexter Lawrence, he would be the best player that any team could acquire right now. He's all pro pedigree. When he's at his best, when he's playing at his peak, he's an elite run stuffer, generates an interior pass rush, which is incredibly important and vital and disruptive. And if you're the Jets specifically, they're one of the few situations that check all of the boxes, because I do think it's going to be difficult for the Giants to trade Dexter Lawrence because of what an executive told me, quote, you need to be in the position to trade the draft capital the Giants need to make it worthwhile. You need to have the cap space to make Dexter Lawrence one of the 5 highest paid players at the position day 1 when he walks in your building, and you're going to have to play a 3-4 base defense. Well, the Jets check all of those boxes. And I'm just sitting here from my 30,000-foot view of the league, and I'm looking around the landscape, and I'm looking at the Jets in particular, and I'm thinking, okay, you're going to take Arvell Reese at number 2. He's the best pass rusher on the board. He's going to anchor your pass rush. Then, if you can trade number 16 for Dexter Lawrence, you drop a top 5 run-stuffing, interior pass-rushing nose tackle alongside of him. If we're really talking about this year being the year to evaluate Aaron Glenn, if we're really talking about this year being the year that you're importing the culture and the aggressiveness and the disruptiveness of that Detroit Lions defense, go get him the playmakers. You brought in Nashawn Wright, which was a great signing in the secondary. If you're not taking Simpson at 16, which you shouldn't, if you don't have the option to take Mekhi Lemon because he's off the board, or Jordan Tyson, or you're concerned about any part of Carnell Tate's 40 time or any of those things, you're not taking the wide receiver, go get the best player available, and that player is Dexter Lawrence. He's 28 years old. You have a 3 or 4 year window of him playing in his prime. You can win, and win pretty big, and win pretty quickly with Dexter Lawrence. So to me, I would make that move in a second.
So let me just make sure I'm picking up what you're putting down, Matt Lombardo. Are you saying the Jets are best positioned to potentially land Dexter Lawrence because they are top 5 in cap space right now, that they have 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, that they're running this 3-4 defense, and Aaron Glenn is looking for some sizzle for what he's calling on defense? Is that what you're saying, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, it would really be the reverse Leonard Williams, right? You look at Leonard Williams a few years ago, gets drafted by the Jets, has a standout career that gets traded to the Giants, doesn't even need to move. Dexter Lawrence wouldn't have to move. He could just, take a different, on Patterson Plank Road, take a left instead of a right, and you're heading to Florham Park instead of East Rutherford.
Look at you, Matt Lombardo, saving people on moving costs. Wow, that is some next-level elite play there from Matt Lombardo. I like it, and I respect it. There's no question about it. Let me throw one in the chat because I know this guy talks about him all the time. It's Hep. He says Kayvon Thibodeau is the giant I want. And I've heard a lot of trade rumors. Harbaugh really didn't shut any of those down, saying anyone is tradable, including Dan Dugan, the athletic reporter. He would be tradable and said, if I could get anything for you, I'd trade you too. So he certainly didn't quiet down any of the KT potential trade news. There's been a lot of rumors around him. What would it cost to get Kayvon Thibodeau? So the last year of his deal, it's that 5th-year option. I've heard, Manchild hasn't been happy with some of the rumors of what he could be had for. What's the price for KT?
That's a really interesting one because there doesn't seem to be a groundswell of interest around Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, I could see maybe a 4th-round pick. You part with a 4th-round pick, maybe a 3rd-round pick at most to go get Kayvon Thibodeau. He's certainly not going to fetch the mega deals that Micah Parsons fetch for the Dallas Cowboys, or that the Ravens tried to give up those 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. Second-tier pass rushers, second-tier market. I think he still has a lot of upside. A scout told me about a month or 2 ago he thinks that when he watches his film that he has the tools, just needs to build up a little more strength and be a little bit more consistent. Change of scenery could do that, but if you're taking Arvell Reese or David Bailey at 2 and you drop Thibodeau on the other side, now you're also cooking with gas because you have 2 pretty potentially dominant young edge rushers racing to the quarterback 3 downs a series. So yeah, I could, I'd be all on board for the Jets pulling off that kind of trade too, and it probably wouldn't cost nearly as much.
Yeah, so Hep, there you go. It's possible. It's possible. You mentioned Max Crosby. This to me isn't a Jets conversation, but just an overall arching conversation. Just your gut here, because Crosby was a big storyline this offseason. Could he be traded? Oh, he was traded. Just kidding. The trade was canceled. So, there's a lot of weird happening there. What's more likely? That he stays with the Las Vegas Raiders this season, or he gets moved somewhere over the coming months?
Yeah, I think that we're going to find out during the NFL draft. I think that's the stress point. I think that if Max Crosby is going to be moved, it's going to be somewhere like the Buffalo Bills if they can do some cap gymnastics. It's going to be somewhere like the Chicago Bears, who have a glaring need opposite Montez Sweat, who need to work their cap to pull it off, or it's going to be a place like Philadelphia, who have kind of been nibbling around the edges of the pass rush market, and they were in on Crosby the first time around before the Ravens trade. They explored Trey Hendrickson, couldn't make that work. But I think that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen during the draft. And if Max Crosby is a Las Vegas Raider when we wake up Saturday morning, chances are he's going to be a Las Vegas Raider week 1 come September.
I've heard this from Tom Pelissero, NFL Network Insider. He joined the Rich Eisen show on Friday. And Rich just sort of gave him one of those softball, hey, open forum questions. What are the storylines you're paying attention to in the draft? And Tom Pelissero waxed poetic about a variety of things. And then he just said, the New York Jets, people think they know what they're doing at 2, but there's a lot of mystery, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, but there's a lot of mystery about what they actually do. And that ripple affects everyone else. So, like, the Cardinals can't do this unless the Jets do this. The Titans can't do this unless they do this. And there's a sense of mystery. And apparently Darren Muji is keeping people on their toes. Is it just as it appears? Is it just Arvell Reese, who we've all thought for months? Is it David Bailey? There's been some recent buzz about that. Is that the truth? Or do the Jets have some surprise that's bubbling beneath the surface? They're about to go, get one of these in here. Let me play a certain clip that could best articulate what I'm trying to say here. Maybe this can help us here. Yes.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Perhaps there's some of that potentially in the mix here, Matt Lombardo.
Yeah, I think I'm far more fascinated by what they do at 16, right? I think that 16 is a really interesting spot because the talent that I think could still be there. You're probably going to have at least one of the wide receivers. You're probably going to have one of the top cornerbacks. You're going to maybe even have teams that are interested in trading up. And I spoke to an executive this week in the mailbag just about the trade market because credit to you, Helmet Tap to you, give you the helmet sticker. You asked the question about Jordan Schultz's report that there could be more trades than ever in this draft. And I don't know that I necessarily get that sense, but talking to an executive, he said that it's, quote, a ho-hum NFL draft. And he doesn't expect there to be a lot of trades in the top 10. But once you get beyond that, once you get beyond like the middle of the first round, the middle rounds of the draft, you have these modern general managers who have, quote, their guy that they want to go and get. The Jets could be sitting there at 16 with 3 or 4 options on their board who they like a little bit to a lot, but some team offers them God forbid, a first round pick in next year's draft to move up and move back maybe 3 or 4 spots to go get, quote, their guy. I could see something like that happening. I could see a Dexter Lawrence trade happening at 16. I could see them standing pat and taking Jordan Tyson if he slips down the board to them. But what they do at 16, to me, I think that's a real stress point for the entire rest of the draft. What they do at 2 is going to be fine. It's going to be best edge rusher. It's not sexy, but it's important. And it's going to feel really good when you watch somebody come in and make the kind of impact that Abdul Carter did or that Micah Parsons did right away. It's going to feel really good to watch that. But what they do at 16, I'm going to be really interested to see how that plays out because I think there's a lot of ripple on effects from there and what they do.
Matt, please. Thank you on that. Yes, I did ask that very, moving, shifting question that did appear in the mailbag segment, which again, direct link down below in the YouTube description down below. Speaking of that, Matt, keep us cooking here. Let's end here. We're 11 days out for the 2026 NFL draft. You're our NFL insider extraordinaire. What is happening between the hash marks? What can people get excited about, look forward to? Because you've had a lot of stuff over the past couple of weeks. Zaire Franklin, my guy Ziggy, you had an interview with. You're doing these mailbag columns. You have the podcast with Mike Tanier and all these other things. So what's coming over the next 11 days here?
Yeah, so tomorrow morning is traditionally the 4 Downs Monday column. Last week, it morphed into my top 10 defensive prospects big board. That's on the site right now. Jets fans will certainly want to go and check that out. Top 10 offensive prospects was last week. Tomorrow morning, top 10 defensive prospects in this draft. And I'll just tell you, the quote that I got from a high-ranking NFL executive on Sonny Styles, it might surprise some people. So be on the lookout for the Sonny Styles thumbnail from an executive. Next Monday, it's the one and only Matt Lombardo mock draft. That will drop right before the draft with insight from sources, scouts, agents, what they're hearing, the buzz about these players, how potential fits might work out. That's next Monday. And we're running a special right now. If you sign up through the end of April, you save 20% off. And we're donating 30% of the proceeds to the Eagles Autism Challenge. It's National Autism Awareness Month. My wife is a special education teacher, so she's really involved in the autism community. So some family friends, it's a cause that's near and dear to their hearts. So 20% off forever for you. That's the price you pay. And we donate 30% of the proceeds to the Eagles Autism Challenge. That's the special we're running here in the month of April if you want to jump on board and check out what we're all about.
Well, that's beautiful. So, Matt, thank you so much for doing that. That's awfully sweet. And thank you, as always, for joining us here on the program, pal.
Always a pleasure. And hey, I'll talk to you after the draft. We'll break it all down.
See, that's true. 100%. That's when you're next scheduled. So, Matt, I'll put you behind the scenes, but hang on tight. You're going to get to see that beautiful concert just for you. Another new product, a new music video for you, Matt. So enjoy this, and we'll be back with more.
1, 2, 3.
Lombardo, like at the concert, they're like, hey, before I do this number, this one's for you. And that was for Matt Lombardo right there. There you go. Beautiful. Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, everybody. Thank you so much to Matt Lombardo, our NFL insider extraordinaire, for joining us. Again, there is a direct link to his mailbag column down below where he's asked about the Jets quarterback situation for the draft, what they're going to do, and the aggressiveness of trading and things of that nature. But the show does not end here, folks. There is more to happen, and happen to more. There is. Wait, does that make any sense?
This is Jets Worldwide. Wide.
Let's welcome in. Look at that.
To more.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Glad we could get that in. Hey, our audio only listeners, the Jets Worldwide Takeover JWW is happening here on the program. We've got Snowball. We've got Johnny Boy. Snowball, what jersey is that?
Oh, this is a Mark Gastineau jersey.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, 99. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's the 99.
Are you
or the
fine
old
with
Will McDonald?
Oh, or the new Tavondre Sweat. Are you okay with old Tavondre Sweat? Big boy wearing 99.
Oh, of course.
Okay,
that's
good.
How much of his body takes up the jersey? 99%.
Yeah, that's good math. I think that I can agree with. We also have Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy, we're just a mere 11 days away from our honeymoon, baby. Are you ready?
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of question about who's going to be the big spoon and who's going to be the little spoon. So I think that's a discussion that we should probably have privately, not on the
I guess I'll put it on
daily.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll make it part of the poll real quick. By the way, 59% of you in the audience said, no, he freaking stinks. You guys don't want J.J. McCarthy. So I'll end that poll. That seems in there. But okay, let me work this poll in. Let me see. Pause. So what's the betting favorite? Because that's how I sort of have to set up this poll, Snowball. Or no, I guess I'll give both options. Okay, yeah. Who is going to be the big spoon versus little spoon when Johnny Boy and Boy Green are together? Okay, let's go. First, I'll go Boy Green, big spoon, Johnny, Lil spoon. Okay, and then I will do the opposite there. So, Johnny, do you have a preference?
Nah, I'm pretty much like stay away from me.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Yeah, that's probably for the best, I would say. So we'll see how the people vote. That is up there now. BG, Big Spoon, Johnny, Lil Spoon. Make sure you guys vote on that poll. That poll is now officially up. That is for real. Thank you very much. All right, Johnny Boy, Snowball, this is great. We'll keep an eye on that poll throughout today's program. Boys, first off, let's give some plugs. I mean, Jets Worldwide, you guys have been exploding. You have Super Chats, you got memberships. You guys are absolutely cooking now. I don't even know why you still join this show, for God's sakes, because of everything you guys got going on over there. But subscribe now, youtube.com/@Jets Worldwide. You guys just had your latest episode just a few days ago. What was happening there?
Well, we had a special guest who came on. On Friday. His name was Buckshot, the Angry Jets fan. He was very interesting. We grabbed him off of TikTok. We're trying to find our next Justin Bieber. So we're looking for the next latest and greatest in the Jets hemisphere or universe or whatever we want to call it. So we had him on. We had a very good conversation about the draft and the Jets past and how much he hates the Jets. So if you haven't checked it out, you can head over to @Jets Worldwide and click on our lives and see the last episode that we had. So check him out. He's a pretty interesting dude. So Buckshot, the Angry Jets fan, big shout out to you.
Okay, there you go. Johnny Boy, your perspective on Friday's show?
Dude, it was fun because he's probably one of the other individuals that likes to talk a little bit about wrestling as well.
Great.
And he's a big Jets fan too. So I think the other person that talks wrestling with me is yourself. That's, on here. And it was cool, and he does not like Woody Johnson whatsoever. Like, he has a whole entire,
Jesus
show about what he calls the New York Jets, what he calls Aaron Glenn, what he calls Muji. I mean, it is funny. They call him the Angry Jet fan for a reason. Okay. And he, at the end of it, he goes off, and it is amazing. It is so funny. It's like a straight promo from WWE, but just attacking Woody Johnson, you know. So it was awesome. It was a great show. It was different, you know, because I think myself and Snowball, we're kind of just like, we want the draft to be here, dude. Like, I want to already be at Pittsburgh. I really want to know who they're gonna get, and go there, you know. So it was cool to have that because it was a little bit of a different type of you know, cut into the Jets Worldwide content creating of itself. But hey,
the draft cannot get here soon enough. I mean, it's like talking about what you had for breakfast for the past 5 months.
No. You know? Which would be the same. I sort of have the same thing all the time. So there's not a lot of variety in the diet in terms of my breakfast, for those that are curious.
I was going to say, could you enlighten the audience? What do you have for breakfast every day?
Sure. So every Sunday, which is today, so after this show's over, so we'll probably be on till 9:30, and then I will squeeze in a diner trip with the family, and I will get my. They call it at the restaurant a moose burger, but to me, it's an adjusted moose burger. We've got a nice burger. You like to have that medium. Okay, I want a nice little pink action happen in there. You put an egg over easy on top. You put cross bacon on top of that action. Again, egg over easy. And then you get those on the side. You want those potatoes extra crispy, low deep fried action. And then when you just give the bun a little boop, a little squeeze, then the egg yolk runs rich on the plate, and then you get your fork, and I can sort of scrape it on top of the potato, and you hear that nice little, nails on the back kind of sound. You get a little bit of that action going on, and then you penetrate the potato with the fork, and then you graze it over the rich yolk, and then you put it to the tip of the mouth, give it a little liquor, and then and then you consume the rest of the meal.
All right. A little food porn in the morning.
There you have it. By the way, speaking of all that, currently the poll's going BG Big Spoon, Johnny Lil Spoon is 58% of the votes, but it's going back and forth. So, okay, very nice.
Hey, if I were going, can I just say, I would be the ladle that you'd want to cradle, but that's okay.
That's well said. No, go ahead, Johnny boy.
So, Pops, 12 hard-boiled eggs.
Oh,
story, please.
Boy. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, I knew this was all going to be a thing. You come up, by the way. I see we have a super chat as well from Indy. We'll get to that, I promise. So yeah, let's let me find it. Where's the hop on pop? Oh, there it is. Okay. It wasn't 12, so of course he over exaggerates. But my pop says, for audio only listeners, tell him the story when you ate 12 hard-boiled eggs and got sick.
24, got it.
Yeah, right. It's 57. That's how many I had. So my fiance gets me this machine. It's like it's an egg cooker basically that you plug into the wall. It looks like a little bubble. Okay, you take the lid off, and you have to add some water in, and then put this little tray on. They have this tool that you punch a hole at the top of the egg, and then you're going to place it in there, and then it cooks it while you're doing all kinds of stuff. And this egg cooker, I think you can put up to like 9 eggs on the cooker. And I'm a boiled eggs guy. I like boiled eggs. I like scrambled. Over easy. Actually, I don't know if there's an egg I don't like. So, like, no matter what but I normally, I've never, there is a tool to apparently make scrambled eggs and other stuff. I don't do that in there. I just, boiled eggs are fine. So, I don't know or didn't know. I probably still don't even know now. What is the normal serving size of boiled eggs for a person? Like, how many could that possibly be? I have no idea. How many is that, Snowball?
2. I think 2 would be a good number.
Well, I guess I went a little aggressive. I was a little. You think 4? Okay,
Johnny. I do 4, man. Like I'm, bro. Like that's breakfast for me.
Okay. I'm not lifting heavy like you.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I get this egg machine, and I'm hungry one day for breakfast, and my fiance's unavailable, and she's normally the cooker in our relationship, and I'm like, all right. And so I'm grabbing eggs, and I'm punching them in and putting them on the thing. You have to do this whole process. Boop, egg, pop, boom. Put it on there. And I get to 5 and then 6 and then 7. And I'm like, and then I start like, no one's around me, but I'm like weighing my hands like, what's too much? What's too little? It probably, like 8's fine. So I put 8 on this thing and I start cooking it. I put the eggs back in the fridge, the rest of the eggs back in the fridge. And then I just start chowing down. I'm like, sweet. Normally, to give you guys way too much information. So I cook the eggs, you shell it, you get all the, the shell off. And then I slice the eggs in half with a butter knife. Pow, 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 pow. So I have 8. I really have 16. These 16 half eggs. And then I get a little bit of there's some seasoning action going on in the egg. If I'm, on a deserted island, I guess pepper will be just fine. But I don't mind a little spice. So if there's a little bit of some Lawry's perhaps gets sprinkled over the top of the eggs. And that's the orange seasoning on these eggs. I start chowing down. And then, I get all the way to the end and delicious. This was great. And all of a sudden, oh boy. And I threw up. I ended up getting sick later that day for the eggs. And then the family over here is, what happened? And I'm like, I just had a few eggs. So how many? I'm like, I don't know, like 8. And they're like, Jesus. And so I got a lot of shit for it. And I still get shit now. Anytime, and you're right, we talk about breakfast. Anytime breakfast is made, and then I'm at my mom's house, I'm going to go visit her at the end of May with my old man and everybody, and the whole family's going to be there. And inevitably, on one morning, she's going to be like, hey, do you guys want eggs? And then a question will probably come up, oh, how many? And then people go, what about 36, asshole? And so it's going to, there's going to be a lot of that. There's a lot of peanut gallery action happening. So, yes, I did have some eggs, apparently more than let me see what Google says. So, okay, right now, Snowball, you believe 2 is the answer. And Jaibo, you're saying 4? Okay. So I'm going to Google and say, how many...
Quattro roll, please.
In a single.
I just got a reminder from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
2 to 4 eggs, apparently. It's a single sitting. So I had.
Bam. You had double.
Yeah, double. I guess that would be another way to put it. I didn't think about it quite like that, but yes. So see, you guys balance each other out, 2 and 4. That's both within the range, apparently, of allowed.
We like even numbers.
Yeah. So apparently it's between 2 and 4.
The thing that all right. So if you're going to have hard-boiled eggs, right? Like,
sure,
you can physically see and count the eggs that you're eating. Like if you scramble them, it's just like
That's
don't know.
Point. Right.
You just don't know. So you can wolf down. Like if it was scrambled, I could probably down 6 eggs, right? But physically knowing how many I'm eating, I'm like, wait a minute, this is wrong. This is just wrong. So I would be out after 2 or 3, but scrambled true. 6, they change size.
I would want to ask Easy or Chef.
Yeah.
What's the ratio of eggs needed for a omelet? Because I feel like every time Easy is cooking, he is cooking a omelet, and I think the best omelet I've probably ever seen is Chef when he cooked that omelet. So I think we should have a omelet off between Easy and Chef.
That'd be interesting. PETA says I should have, on this game show of cooking hard-boiled eggs, I should have used my phone a friend option and contacted Chef. This predated Chef, this story. So I would have loved to, apparently. That would have been one of my choices for this, egg shish kebab here. I probably should have, but I didn't. Hey, a super chat coming in. Let's get Indie Jets in here, which, by the way, we'll do an Indie Jet shirt plug here in a second, but hang on tight.
Wow.
$5 super chat. $5 super chat from our friend Indie Jets. He says, Jets Worldwide also uncovered a signed Michael Clemens jersey I tried to buy right on the show. Love y'all. Can you guys tell us this story? What happened here?
So it was a Friday night, 7:30 p.m. There was two gentlemen had
on the Jets Worldwide channel?
On the Jets content creating world of Jets Worldwide.
And what is that channel again? Where can people find it?
YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jets Worldwide, wide.
Oh, we had one word at Jets Worldwide?
Of course. Hands
okay,
down.
I just want to make sure.
If you don't know, then what are you doing with yourself? But we had a gentleman of a guy that looks like Coach Ulbrich that was calling in.
Oh, Brick.
He told us our story, his story about Clemens when he was at a game, and he was probably the only individual wearing a Clemens jersey, but he was in the front seats there, and Clemens saw him. And instead of Clemens saying.
For those of you at home, Johnny is mouthing.
Yeah, for the audio only
yeah.
listeners that just said, did it just go silent? Did I lose my signal in the car as they're trying to adjust their? Okay, yep.
I thought I was whispering it, so my bad. I was bad.
No, I didn't hear that at all. But anywho, yes.
Yeah. So he sees Coach. He locks eyes with Coach.
And Coach, you said, is wearing a Michael Clemens jersey.
And wearing a Michael Clemens jersey.
Okay.
And then Michael Clemens takes it off. Not Michael Clemens. Coach takes off his Michael Clemens jersey and says, Mouse, can you sign it? Can you sign it?
Thank you for whispering this time. Yep. Okay.
All right. And then he looks at him, throws him a heart, and says, I got it. And came and signed his jersey. So then Indy is going ape crazy, bro. Like just in the chat, throwing us like 50 super chats. I will buy it. I will buy it. I will buy it. And myself, Snowball, are in such a dilemma. We're like, what is going on? What do we do? How can we put all these super chats up? We have no idea because this is so brand new to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're having a conversation, and I feel like the
negotiation.
Yeah. The bid right now, I think it's about $2,000 already.
$2,000?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Dude, they're going back and forth. Like it's pretty amazing on the negotiation skills amongst these two gentlemen. So
I mean, that would be cool to see. With how much Indy has been dedicated to Michael Clemens, it would only feel right, for him to get his hands on this thing. I don't, I'm not a negotiator. I'm not a mediator. I have no idea what the price is, but oh my goodness, that would be.
Somebody's got to get India a Colts Clemens jersey.
And I wish I knew about Indy Jets' love for Michael Clemens before I met Michael Clemens. I was showing this to Matt Lombardo before the show. I don't know how this is going to be, probably like Johnny's fake whispering. I don't know how this is going to come across, but I have this thing. It says Hall of Fame game 2023. This was attached to my bag as a media member. Whenever you have stuff, they give you this stuff. And for some reason, I kept this thing as a weird memento from that event. The Hall of Fame game that I went to was Jets-Browns 2023. The Jets were in the Hall of Fame game. And I went down to the locker room. So I'm going to be candid. I had no idea what I was doing because I've been in college football locker rooms, but I haven't been in an NFL locker room. So I didn't know what to do. So I'm just awkwardly standing in the middle of the locker room as everybody in the world is just doing what you do in a locker room. And I'm just like,
did you join in?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I didn't. Yeah. Am I start whipping people with towels? Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, and when do you go over to someone? Like, I'm not going to go to someone, I'm not going to go over to someone when they're not decent. So I'm just waiting around. And then eventually I just sort of run into Michael Clemens. And so I go, hey, Michael, can I ask you a few questions? And he like grunted at me like, no, like get lost, pal. And he went to keep walking. And then he came back and just like took off because he was wearing like Beats or something. He took off his headphone and says, actually, sure. I went, oh, wow. Okay. So I just pull out my phone and I just start doing a recorder conversation with Michael Clemens in the locker room. And I was just like, he is just, for anyone that's had the chance to talk to Michael Clemens, he's just an interesting guy. Because, like, in that game, I remember he had, like, some spin move or something on one of the pass rush snaps. I was like, oh, wow, that spin move was pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Well, wow, like, you were a rookie at this time, and now you're in your second year. Like, how does it feel? Yeah. And I'm like, and I'm like in my head, because, like, sometimes you'll, like, when I have a guest on the show, like Judy Batiste or something, I have a notebook over here. It's got like 10 or 15 questions, but I'm like, I also want to feel the interview. Maybe something's just going to pop up in the middle. So we're running through my Michael Clemens questions very quickly. And I'm like, shit, I thought there was going to be a little bit of back and forth here. And then, so it's a bunch of one-word answers. I have to check if I still have this interview on my phone because we'll upload it to like the Espresso Club or something, and we'll have the recorded audio if it's still in there. And then at the end of the interview, I said, hey, thanks so much. Yeah, you followed me on Twitter after the draft, and we DM'd. And I said, it was very nice of you to do that. And he gave the longest answer of anyone. He went, oh, man, that's awesome, man. I love following you. I was, and he got into this whole answer. I'm like, wait, what the? Where was all this during the interview, man? So yeah, it was funny. So salute to Michael Coleman. So hopefully, Indy, you get your hands on that. That would be wonderful. By the way,
pretty funny. That's
Michael Clements. Oh my goodness. So that happened.
Were you looking like this?
Yeah, I was, because that was it. Because again, at first, so I go down to this locker room. This is normally just an espresso club conversation, but I'll cut out some of the other stuff and make it Boy Green Daily appropriate. So I'm just waiting around in the locker room. But again, I don't know what I'm doing, because like you have to make decisions. Apparently, as media, we'll have to get a media person on to normally talk about this. So we're waiting. Saleh comes and speaks with us, and I get to ask Saleh a couple of questions. Saleh leaves, and we're waiting for Zach Wilson, who's at this time the backup quarterback because Aaron Rodgers was there, but Zach Wilson's the one who played the preseason game. They say, "Hey, Zach's coming in, but the locker room's also open, so basically make a decision: do you wait here for Zach or go to the locker room?" And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to the locker room, man. Maybe there's going to be something more interesting. So I pass Zach Wilson as he's coming to the little media, and then I go into the locker room. But then I don't know what to do. There's like media reporters everywhere. There's players everywhere. So I was like, I don't know what to do. Then a Jet person comes over and says, "What the hell are you doing in here?" And I'm like, geez. But I don't know. I have a media pass. They're like, "Do you want to talk to somebody or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." They're like, "Who do you want to talk to?" And then I just start looking around the room. This guy. This guy. They're like, "Yeah, he's hitting the showers. That's not happening. Who else?" And then it was just this very weird thing. And then eventually, like I said, Michael Clements like literally just ran into me. I was like, "Michael?" Yep. And that's what happened.
I believe they have a story in the chat that Indy will be receiving the Michael Clemens jersey when Coach Brick dies. So it's in his will.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's put in his will. Yeah.
So here's the problem. So you guys, I think I've asked you this probably a million times. You guys Survivor fans or no? The CBS reality show? You Survivor fans?
I feel like every day I live Survivor.
Oh, you're a Survivor.
Kids.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Well, in this latest season of Survivor, they have this thing called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. Okay. And what happens is, okay, you find this idol and you can't keep it for yourself, but you can assign it to another person on another tribe. What that person receiving the idol doesn't know is if they get clubbed with a rock and they're out of the game, the idol comes back to you. So the intriguing thing is for the person that sent it, they know if you're gone, they get it. So that incentivizes them to club you with the rock sooner rather than later. Instead of you organically, naturally dying, if I could speed up the death, I get the idol. So does Indy, with all due respect, speed up the process here and try to take out Brick because then he gets the jersey sooner?
If he buys a plane ticket to California, you know what's coming. So yeah, definitely.
So
right.
Just be on the edge for that.
Killing goldfishes, taking out coaches now.
Right.
Okay, got it.
I got a lot of responses, by the way, from that Snowball. That's that YouTube short of what in the world of like you're willing to do what with the goldfish, and that got a lot of play out there in the universe. So I just wanted to throw that out there in the universe. Speaking of Indy Jets, folks, the window is closing on your opportunity if you want to secure one of these puppies. Shout out to Bubba Badshaw here. I'll throw his email on the screen. doublebeb@gmail.com. That is DOUBLEBEB @gmail.com. He's sending around some Indy Jet shirts. Again, this is not a GoFundMe or anything. This isn't raising money for Indy. It's just if you like Indy Jets or hate him and you want to represent him in some form or fashion, you can buy the shirt. Jets logo on the front, Indy Jets, and the jersey nameplate on the back with the jersey number 24. I already am buying one for me and one for my fiance. We're both going to be rocking the Indy Jet shirt. So if you guys want to rock those, reach out to Badshaw, that email there, either with an inquiry or if you already know you want it, just send him details and he'll get you on the list. So the first round of sales is happening here in the near future. So for more details on the Indy Jet shirt, make sure you guys hit him up. All right. Let me throw something at you guys here on the J.J. McCarthy thing we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Here's just the sped up version. The Bleacher Report wrote this article, and it said J.J. McCarthy is very likely to be traded. And the two most likely places are the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. I've heard through some conversations behind the scenes and in other places that the top two teams for Ty Simpson are likely the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. It's those same two teams. I have surmised that if the Cardinals get Ty Simpson, they wouldn't then acquire J.J. McCarthy. They have Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, and room for one young quarterback. And that young quarterback could be Ty Simpson, which would eliminate them from the J.J. McCarthy sweepstakes, if I want to use that word. I'd use a different S word to describe it, but that's neither here nor there. Now, let's go over to the Jets. Would you be interested if the Jets miss out their intended quarterback? We don't know who that is. Is it Ty Simpson? Is it Drew Aller? Is it your boy Luke Altmaier? Is it this guy? I have no idea. But if they miss out on whoever that guy is, do they go, damn, we got Bailey Zappi, Brady Cook, and Geno Smith. This sucks. Let's just try to randomly kick the tires on somebody. Hey, the J.J. McCarthy guy could be had for a mid-round pick. Are either of you interested in a young, impressionable J.J. McCarthy to add to the quarterback room? We'll start off with you, Snowball.
Oh, you picked me first. All right. Would I take a shot at J.J. McCarthy? All right. So listen, yeah. Am I going to invest in J.J. McCarthy? When he came out of college, he was extremely promising, right? He was like, what? Sure. He was like a national champion.
He was.
Yeah. A lot of touchdowns.
Yep.
What's that? 10th overall pick, right? Yeah, so he had a lot of potential. And like, I almost think like the Vikings got jetted, right? Like with the idea of someone with a lot of potential, thinking that there was a lot of potential, and then bringing them in and then having them turn into a bust. Is he a bust? Well, he was. I believe he was riddled with injury, right?
He was. His entire rookie season was gone with a torn meniscus.
Right. So torn meniscus, didn't play his entire rookie season. Then comes back, right? And then he had he had a concussion. He had a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, this past year, right?
Right. And then at the end of the season, he had something with his hand, right? He had like a fractured bone or something. So like, here's the thing, right? I see like torn meniscus, high ankle sprain, concussion, right hand, throwing hand injury, inconsistencies all over the place with the season and stuff. And I don't know. I really, you're gonna throw me that, or I could get like kind of like the like a model car that hasn't come out yet, and they're giving you like the test car for it. You know, I'm not going for the broken new car. I'm gonna go for the shiny new car that no one has like driven yet. And I'm gonna hitch my wagon to that.
New car smell.
I'm saying no on JJ McCarthy. There's too many question marks, too many injuries, too much inconsistency on a team that was built for speed, right? On a team that was built to win. And he comes in and he stinks up the joint. So I'm saying no.
Yeah, and before you answer, Johnny, but I would just say what you say makes a lot of sense. If Kevin O'Connell, genius offensive play caller, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, and all these wonderful things if I can have indoors, if JJ can't do it there, where can he do it? So it's a very fair question. And again, I would say if the Jets do like any of these guys, whoever it is on day 3, I would rather have that day 3 guy that they like versus JJ McCarthy because, like, you know, you have full rookie control. That'll be 4 years of that standard contract, but it's intriguing to me. So, okay, we're 0 for 1. Let's go to Johnny Boy. Do you have any interest in Double J in the morning?
Who's the coach over there in the Vikings again?
Kevin O'Connell, former Jets quarterback.
What's he known for?
Offense.
And they're going to give up on JJ McCarthy. Who do we have over here right now for offense coordinator?
Frank Reich.
Got it.
Former Jets quarterback.
Got it. Yeah, man, I'm good because right on the same thing with Snowball is talking about. Look, the JJ McCarthy it's a cool conversation, but it's, dude, if KOC can't help this guy, I mean, dude, the New York Jets are known for breaking quarterbacks. Let's be honest with it. So give me let's get a guy that's ours and then go from there, you know. But then I think about, shit, can this be like a Vinny Testaverde situation, right? Like, he wasn't that good where he was at before, needed some time, new place, new location, and, you know, is he going to have that opportunity over here with us? Does he I mean, Aaron Glenn already said, you know, hey, Geno is a starter no matter what, which I'm kind of like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't like the whole just handing the job to the QB. I'd rather them, get some competition in there and then let Gino just be out flat and win it out. But yeah, I'm a no. I'm just because of that. Like KOC can't fix his cat. What are we talking about? Like we're trying to build, man. So
I mean,
I'm good.
The beginning of the season was a little rocky, right? But then towards the end of the season, I think he had the high ankle sprain. Then he I think they had a bye week. Then he came back, right? And he had like a win against Washington, a win against Dallas, a win against the Giants. He had a win against
9.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
What's that? Right?
9.
Like
That's his nickname. Yeah.
So he's like building, and then he gets that the broken the bone fracture in his hand. So like, I don't know. It's just, and in between that, I think he had a concussion somewhere in there. Like,
sure.
So, I'm not sure. I again, promising end of the season, then unfortunate, chain of events, and then someone's going to take him. Arizona can have him. I don't want him.
He's a Michigan kid, right?
He is. He's a Wolverine. Yeah, he was on that 15-0 national championship team. He was the starting quarterback. That's right. All right, let me throw one more at you, then we'll open up the phone lines or get anything else do you guys want to chime in on. Yeah, so I mentioned it to Matt Lombardo. I was listening to Tom Pelissero, NFL Network Insider, on the Rich Eisen show, and Rich started off the interview with like this softball open forum question, like, "Hey, what's the storyline to the draft? What's blowing up your phone? What are you paying attention to?" And he said some other things. And then he got to the Jets and said, man, people think the Jets are taking David Bailey number 2 overall, but they don't know. And that uncertainty of that has the Cardinals like, the Titans like, and then it just changes and shifts the entire top 10 of what's happening. Apparently, Darren Mucci has everybody on their toes, like, because they don't know what he's going to do, according to Tom Pelissero. And I'm just sort of curious what you guys think. We're 11 days out from the draft. We'll be there in person, Johnny boy. What's the truth? For months, it's been Arvell Reese from every expert under the blue moon. And then everyone over the last week's like, it's David Bailey. We've cracked the code. And then now Tom Pelissero is like, no. I mean, that's what people are saying, but I don't know. So, like, it sounds like a lot of mystery. So, Johnny boy, high five to you too. What do you think is going to happen here?
Thank you, Professor Boyd Green. Appreciate that. So there is a show that's on Friday nights, 7:30 p.m. called Jets Worldwide. And there's these two gentlemen that have been saying for a very long time that it is amazing in the position that the New York Jets have put themselves in, because nothing's been leaked out. Nobody knows what they're doing. And they're moving in a way that us as fans, we're like, what are they doing? How come we don't know? Because normally we already know which way they're going. So Lions season is in full effect. And that's what I think this whole Bailey conversation is. Look, I will say this, BG, and I want to go offense so bad.
Yep.
But I don't think that's gonna happen.
At 2, you're saying?
At 2. Yeah, dude. I'm at the point where give me the best wide receiver in this draft. Who would be Tate? Give me the best, or some people might say Jordan Tyson. I don't know. The injuries, right? I know. But so Tate. And then at 16, finish the line. Get Vega. If this is such a deep defensive freaking draft itself, you could get some of these other positions on there, because the only person that I've heard in this draft that is generational, as they've been saying it, because that word constantly gets kicked around, but this is the first time in a long time that I've heard there's only been one person that's had that really stick to them, and it's been Caleb Downs. So I don't know. I love that we have no idea. I love that everybody is pulling at straws to see what the New York Jets are going to do. And it's a good position for us to be in because, I mean, dude, for all we know, they could say, hey, we're going to move a little bit more down and get some more capital if we want to. And none of us would be mad about that at all, you know? So,
no. Well, let me ask you this, Johnny boy. So you said if you were the GM and you were making the decision, you'd want to go offense with the number 2 overall pick, yeah?
yes.
Okay, and specifically, what would you do?
I probably would take Tate.
Interesting you say that. I shared, I saw this clip shared on the New York Jets Collective Twitter account, which, by the way, I'm now a part of the Jets Collective behind the scenes. And Rich Cimini had a very interesting clip about Carnell Tate. Let's go to this with Jake Asman and Rich Cimini on the Jets Collective New York Jets podcast. Interesting.
There's a lot of fans who would love them just to say, look, we need a wide receiver. Just take Carnell Tate at 2 and let's get a defensive player at 16. Or maybe we move up for a defensive player, and it's easier to go that way if you want to go offense at 2. I just think people aren't in love with Reese or Bailey, and if they took Styles or Tate, there'd be a lot of Jet fans who'd be totally fine with that.
Reese and Bailey are good players. I don't know why BT's so down on Bailey. I mean, he's a good player, but Carnell Tate would be a mistake at 2. I mean, he's just not, and I've talked to a bunch of scouts, he's just not worth the 2nd pick in the draft. To me, that would be a major reach. He is a wide receiver who wasn't even the best receiver on his team. He ran a tick slow at the combine, and, you know, I just wouldn't pick a guy like that at number 2.
Mistake. Mistake it would be for the Jets. So what say you to that, Johnny boy?
I say they have no idea what the New York Jets are going to do, and that's the reasoning behind this. Do I think they go Tate at 2? No, I don't. You know, but in my world, I want offense, bro. I am tired of having these games that are 9-6, 13-40. You know, like it's one of those for me that I would love that, but I think
I would push back one thing on what Rich said. The one thing I would push back on, and we've had Drew Bader, a draft analyst, on to say this, when Rich is like, come on, he wasn't even the best wide receiver on his own team. Yeah, well, Jeremiah Smith is considered like one of the greatest receiver prospects of the 21st century. Like, I don't think Carnell Tate should get slapped on the hand because he's not as great as Jeremiah Smith. Like, Jeremiah Smith, again, the word that gets kicked around all the time, this generational wide receiver that everyone's falling over themselves. You know, being the Robin to that Batman, I don't think as much as an insult as it appears to be with some people that say that. So that would be, I respect Rich, but that's a one point that I'd push back on. Like, sure, I get on the surface, he wasn't even the best receiver on his team. But yeah, when you consider the other receiver isn't just some jabroni, he's like this superstar guy. Like, I don't know. Let's give a little bit more respect to Jeremiah Smith. I don't think that's a indictment of one Carnell Tate, but interesting. Snowball, where are you at on Tate and Rich's very stern warning? Hey, Jets, I wouldn't do that at 2. That'd be a massive reach.
Yeah, I listen, during this time of the year, I would like to present 2 Oscars. And the first Oscar goes to Darren Muji, and the second Oscar goes to Aaron Glenn, because
okay, well, first off, let me give him some applause for that. Yes, the Academy.
They are fantastic this year at saying everyone's name. Like, they haven't forgotten one name in the top 20 picks. NFL draft this year. So they have mentioned everybody, their grandmother, their next door neighbor, and everything. Sure. We could go for this. We could go for that. The thing is that this morning, in preparation for the show, I also was looking at Rich's article. That is the ESPN article. Right?
USC.
What's that? Where he quotes Aaron Glenn from the owners meeting down in Florida, where he says, you know, if you love the player, go up and get the player. And following the philosophy of Sean Payton, right? And just going for the player that you believe is the best player for your team, right? For me, number 2 for the Jets would probably be, well, you think about question marks, right? Question marks. Bailey has the pass rush, but he doesn't have the run containment. Reese is the prospect edge rusher who can play the off-ball linebacker position, whatever. And you got question mark. And then you go for the home run hitters, right? The people who will most likely be definite impact players in the future, but are unconventional picks for the second pick overall. And that brings you to Tate, Love, and Downs, right? You have those three players who have been tagged as being, really good players in the draft. So for me, I think the Jets, and if you were going to say that they're going to like tip the boat, make an explosion, make a splash, something like that, I would probably say that the Jets are in the boat for one of those three, right? Because there is this big smoke screen that they've mentioned everybody's name. Everyone's, going Reese or Bailey. You think about this is most likely, this is either Aaron Glenn's last season with the Jets or the season that's going to propel him into the future. So if it was me and I knew that I was on the hot seat and things are looking dim for myself, I'm sure Darren Muji is sitting back going, no, go ahead, make a decision. I'll go along with your idea. No problem. I may suggest something else, last second, be like, hey, you should do this. But if that's what you really want, go for it. But I'm thinking Love, Tater, Downs.
And you heard Garrett Wilson, right?
What's that? Oh, yes. Yeah, I heard him. He says, hey, man, the Jets should try to find a way to get my guy. He's a dog and all those other things. Yeah, I heard him share his he shared his case. All right. I like that. So, yeah, maybe there's something there. Before we go to the phone lines, boys, is there anything else you guys wanted to get off your proverbial or literal chests?
Yeah, so I did. I don't know if you guys so shout out to you, BG, because you have got me to read every single Sunday at 6:12 a.m. when I feel like it drops constantly now. The Rich and Meany article.
Oh,
and
yes, sure.
he dropped the article again.
Yeah, double dipper actually. 2 articles this morning. Yeah, very nice.
He did. And the one that I was reading that I liked was the Keyshawn Johnson conversation that he had. I had no idea that was the last wide receiver we had at number in the first round for us.
Yeah, number 1 overall. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, where did he go? USC. Is he trying to tell us something that if Lemons is there around 16, maybe they're gonna go there? Is that what Richard Meany is trying to tell us, or is he just pretty much being like, yo, last time they did that was Keyshawn Johnson, and what do you think about that? So I don't know. It's an intriguing one, but that Keyshawn Johnson and Jets marriage were not a good one, right? Hollywood meets Broadway. Like it was a really intriguing article, and I wanted to ask you what you think about that if you had time to read that, and if not, it's all good, and we can just move on to the phone calls.
No, I appreciate that. I knew that Rich wrote this piece because on the Jets Collective podcast, he said it behind the scenes and on camera that this was a piece he was working on. Keyshawn was the number 1 overall pick at wide receiver. We haven't had a number 1 overall pick at wide receiver since, and we may never have, and that's the intrigue of the column. So I've not been able to see the A to Z full Keyshawn Johnson column. I have to Snowball's point and yours. It drops at 6 a.m. every Sunday for most parts outside of, like during the summers. I don't think he has one every week of what's happening around the Jets, but appointment reading, appointment viewing, appointment everything, because there's always a lot of good nuggets in there. So I did see that. I saw there's the David Bailey stuff in there. That's sort of intriguing. The Arvell Reese stuff, Trader Darren Muji. I just think, Johnny Boy, we're in for some, and maybe I'm trying to will this into existence. I just think we're in for some craziness. Like shit's gonna. They trade number 2 overall, and did the Cowboys move up to 2? Do they move up? Is it a small move now? Is it like to 4? And then whoa, they've traded this guy. Here's one thing, and this is going to make Lou B go crazy in the audience. This is something I'm going to try to call the Rich Eisen show this week and float this out there and see what happens. Okay. I want to make this clear. This is immediately when people are going to not pay attention to this thing I'm about to say. I have not heard this anywhere. This is just my brain. This is what I think might be happening here behind the scenes. Okay. What if I should get the 30 for 30 music playing in the background? But what if I told you the Jets, again, this is not real. This is just my brain. I've not actually heard this. I'm just throwing this out there. Okay. What if the Jets said, "Hey, Brees, we grant you permission to go talk trade with like the Denver Broncos or something, and you guys can work out a long-term deal." Because again, a tag and trade can happen during the draft. It is allowed, but there's complicating factors. The Broncos wouldn't want to trade for Brees until they have the long-term deal down. Let's go back to, this wasn't a franchise tag situation. The Jets traded Jamal Adams to Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks did not immediately pay Jamal. So Jamal had all the cards. He knew the Seahawks gave up 2 first-rounders for him, so they would pay whatever price he asked, and they did. He became the highest safety in NFL history. Seattle should have worked out a long-term deal with Jamal immediately when they have the leverage and the power as part of the trade. They didn't, and that came back to bite them. Go to this current situation. The Broncos are not trading whatever assets that are going to be included for a rental. So they would want to work out a long-term deal. So what if we're 11 days from the draft? Darren Muji quietly says, "Brees, we've agreed to compensation with Denver. It's going to be a 3rd-round pick, whatever the price is. Now, you and your agent could go secretly talk to the Broncos, work out a long-term deal, and we're going to execute this on draft day. And we're going to do this and this and this and move." And the Jets end up with Jeremiah Love. They pull the trigger on Jeremiah Love in the draft, but like almost simultaneously, because it won't affect the price, because they're moving Brees Hall before they officially punch in the ticket on Jeremiah Love. What if that happens? What if that's the surprise? That behind the scenes, Brees Hall is quietly, and his agent, because Darren Muji, you heard in all the behind the scenes after the fact that the deal with the Colts was contingent on them being quiet, not letting this get out at all. That we'll exclusively talk to you about this. We were talking to other teams. We'll exclusively talk to you, but you keep this quiet and we work behind the scenes, and everyone's going to find out when it's official. And the Colts kept their promise and kept it quiet. They had agreed to the deal earlier in the day before the Nick Mangold funeral. And Muji said, "Please don't let this go out. I don't want this going crazy during the services. Let's show some respect." And Colts said, "Okay, we agree. That's what's going to happen." So like all this kind of stuff. What if that happens? What if the Jets secretly do this stuff? What are your guys' thoughts on my galaxy brain weird thing that I think could happen of a surprise of that nature? Your thoughts, boys, is what?
Go ahead, Johnny.
I mean, I think we've been saying it for a while. I think there's a reason why Muji said, we'll have the conversations after the draft and the extension of Brees Hall. And myself as Snowball, we've been saying it on the show. We don't think we're going to stay. Well, I think it's been more myself, right? I think Snowball has been more like, I'm sticking at 2 and I'm not like getting out of there. But I think we're going to see some crazy stuff happening on that Thursday. And myself, Luby, Boy Green are going to be like, holy crap. So, and I think Muji commands that type of, hey, you want to do business with me? We're going to keep it on the DL. It's going to be on the hush hush. Don't let anybody know. Figure out what you need to figure out. And if it makes sense and I like it, then we'll make it happen. That's the other thing that I like about Muji. Muji's not going to get, like jerked around. He's not going to get ripped a new one. He's not going to get, punched in the face, blasted in the face, whatever. And I like the way he's moving, man. And it's cool to see that. And you're right. When that whole Colts Sauce deal occurred, nobody knew what was going on. And everybody was in shock. So, and Muji got a good poker face. Dude, I remember watching that service on Nick Mangold, rest in peace, right? And he was just there talking to people, shaking people's hands, and then boom, 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 a little bit like a few hours after it passes, you hear it, and you're like, oh shit, what is going on? So I don't know. I want that to happen, BG, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, we're there.
Being there and that shit's happening.
Like, oh my God, if we're there and then all of a sudden we hear Right, like the Jets are no longer on the clock. If like they're on the clock at 2, all of a sudden we see the screen change and the whatevers are on the clock, and you just go, "Oh my god, did they just do this? Oh my god, what did they do it for?" And then Lou B's gonna have the iPad around the neck saying, look at the best players available here, man. Like, look at the thing. Like, oh boy, it's gonna be freaking nuts. It's gonna be nuts. So, boys, let's do this. I already played the song, so we'll just do a quicker version song, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. Folks, here's how it's going to work. Boy Green took an extra shift, so I've got a Syracuse Mets baseball game coming up in a couple hours, and I still want to take my family out to the diner. So we'll be on for another 40 minutes, okay, through 9:30. Then Paul's got to go, no matter how many callers we have waiting at 9:30. So we'll try to squeeze in as many callers as possible, folks. So we'll be right back with your phone calls next here on Boy Green Daily.
This is Jets Worldwide. Why?
Full. Let's go. All right.
Jets Worldwide takeover, baby. It's what we do. Go ahead and call. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think we're going to happen? Who we're picking at 2? Who we're getting at 16? What are we doing at 33rd? I have no idea. Maybe you do. Let BG know. It is Boy Green Daily. Jets Worldwide takeover. Myself, Snowball. Hey, the coffee has kicked in, and I am ready to roll, baby. Let's go.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Yeah, the phone lines are open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. And this upcoming weekend is WrestleMania. So in my head, I can hear the DX music. Break it down. I got to do it for you. Suck it, baby. So let's go.
I don't understand
All
the
right,
new WWF. I don't WWE. I don't understand the new one. The old one was so much better. The WWF was like classic. Just so much better. Next week, Johnny, green and white, like Ultimate Warrior, like face paint.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
And I want you to like come running down to the ring and then like shake the ropes and
dude,
give it to us. Yeah.
If that happens, and if we're able to, I'm in there with you guys, that's happening. I'm going in there and just straight running down whatever freaking aisle there is and going to where they, the Jets crew is at. And they're just like, we're going to pick this person and all that. And I'm just going to shake the living shit out of them. Right. So that's going to be the ring of me, with the Ultimate Warrior. So, yeah.
I can hear. I'm going to have to immediately, I guess I'll have to wait till after the show because I can't play it here. I don't have the rights. But, I'm hearing the Ultimate Warrior theme song in my head. So, and then just seeing that crazy bastard running out. Oh, my God, in a dead sprint to the ring. So, that's beautiful. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Again, that's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. We do have 400 people in the room, including over 100 of those 400 watching on YouTube right now. Folks, like the video, hit subscribe. I mentioned it. We already surpassed another milestone, which is super cool. So, thank you. 8,540 subscribers. We are now past. We're trying to get to 8,550. 8550. Tell a friend. Family, gardener, nephew, cousin, long-lost brother. All of them are welcome here on the show. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Here's Hep.
Hey, guys.
The Boy Green merch shop. Ding. Nice.
Good morning, Hep.
So I turned my grandson on to wrestling, and I put on one of the old YouTube shots of the Ultimate Warrior fighting Andre the Giant.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, whoa, look at the size of that guy.
Yeah, superheroes, man. Superheroes.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Warrior and Andre for that matter.
Yeah. So you're gonna wear the green and white stripes at the draft?
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna. These are all the things we got to figure out. So I can't remember if Luby said this on air or behind the scenes, one or the other. But if we're in this section. We got to wear something crazy because, you can't just wear normal stuff. My fiance, I don't know if she ended up buying it or was she just suggesting it, but she said, "Oh, I got to get you all guys the Jet stuff. There's some Jet stickers or maybe it's a paint thing. I have no idea. It's one of the two things." So she either got that or is getting that. So yeah, we're all going to equip ourselves with the proper equipment, and we're gonna go. That'll be cool.
I'm curious about what Lou B said yesterday. That thing about going into the Jets section, but there's only 3, and then
Yeah. So here's what like let's just spill all the cards on the table here.
Help
So
me.
that's really it. It's that Lou B has sold his soul and whatever else is necessary. He's landed 2 tickets in this Jets pit. Now, if you've ever watched it, I've never been in this, so like I'm just speaking from what I've understood about it. Is that if you ever watch the NFL draft and you see Roger Goodell like walking up to the podium and all this stuff, and you see Roger's perspective, the camera looking out into the crowd, there seems to be 32 subsections of fans all in front of the stage.
Yeah.
So the camera people are ready up the who the hell, the Raiders are on the clock, and then as soon as they punch in their ticket and they announce, oh, the Fernando Mendoza's a pick. All right,
go,
ESPN, camera guy, and he goes into the Raiders section. And he's just doing this, and the Raiders are going, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So whoever that is, apparently there's 32 of those around the stage. Lou B has apparently secured 2 tickets to that group. The problem is that we've got a threesome going on here. So we're trying to get Johnny Boy as this third in there. Now, so there you go. Wait, let's read his sign like Castaway here written into the sand.
Help me, boys.
ELP Johnny Boy.
Yes. Johnny Boy.
ELP Johnny Boy. Yes. There you go. And so we're trying to get a third ticket to this thing. I'm going to be honest. I've reached out to like everyone. I've reached out to the Jets directly. I reached out to the Jets ticket person who I didn't know, who's at the top of the food chart. If any of you out there either knows the right person or get there or tweet at the Jets, yell at them and see if the peer pressure will work. I don't know. We want a third pit ticket because we don't want Johnny Boy to be like 700,000 feet behind us, just standing there. We want him with us. And it was Lou B's idea. And the only reason I'm going to the draft is because of Johnny Boy in the first place. Right. So I want all 3 of us together to experience whatever this is going to be, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So so we're trying to secure a third pit ticket. I've reached out to 1 million people at the Jets. So far, it's been a bunch of, up yours, pal, and you're ugly. And there's a new part of this message here. Let's get this in. Get
help
into
Johnny
the
Boy.
pit. Yep. Help. Oh, that's much clearer now. Help Johnny Boy get into the pit. So that would just be cool. It'd be life changing. I mean, I've never done this in my life, so that would be super cool. And I want Johnny Boy to be with us. So
if you were able to wear those glasses with the video recording or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen those in commercials. Yeah, maybe that would be cool.
You probably couldn't do that, but even if you just videotape, it would make great content for both of you guys if you were able to get in that pit.
Oh, I'm doing that. I'm going to be in there, hopefully, right? Even if I'm like 700 miles away, as as they were saying the other day, I just be like, throw his smoke signals to BG.
Well,
I will look back.
Pass, though, right? You can get the media pass though, Paul, right?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to work for that because then Johnny Boy can be Paul. He's like, yeah, I'm Paul. Okay, well, makes sense to me. And then I don't know if that'll get him to the pit, but that'll get him some behind the scenes access. So, so I'm still curring that one. I'm feeling less and less confident now that we're 11 days away and I haven't heard back. That doesn't make me feel good, but I hope so because I want this to be this crazy seismic experience. So, yes, if any of you are on Twitter, tweet at the Jets or something, try to ask for this pit ticket. It's this thing I feel, I'm going to be honest, I feel complicated about because I would love to be in the pit, but I want to be in the pit with Johnny Boy and But now it's like,
you don't want to flat leave him right,
100%. And that
he doesn't take up much space. Johnny Boy's he's small.
It's one more body. Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's one more body.
Press him up against the fence.
So can we get it? So anywho, I will be trying to record as much stuff as possible. I can't speak for everyone, but I know for me, what I don't do enough when I'm in places is take enough pictures and videos. And like when I'm on vacation or anything, I normally just sort of outside of my work stuff, throw the phone somewhere. I'm like, damn it. I wish I would have taken more pictures. I wish I would have taken more videos. So I'm going to try to overload. If I take too many, great. I'll have all these memories forever with Johnny Boy. We're going to be hitting up a bunch of food places, all this other stuff. So yes, we're trying to secure that third pit ticket. We'll see if the gods allow it to happen. I hope so.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Hep.
Thank you so much, Hep. Yeah, he's the best. Yes. So again, this will be cool. Shout out that Lou B has even secured what he secured. But yes, please. Let's get Johnny in there. We will do any of it.
Help me.
Yeah. NC Green says, BG, two of you go into the pit, and then you come out with both credentials and give one to John. Oh, okay. Maybe that's a way to. I don't know how any of that works, but maybe that's the plan, right? Luby and me go into the pit. Luby's like, I need to go drain the main vein. I gotta go take a pissa. And I'm like, okay, Luby, I'll be here. And then he goes out there and he sort of daps you up, kind of gives you a little, and then inside the dap slap is that credential. He's like, love you, bro. And then he's coming back to the pit. I'm like, oh, look me. He's with me. He's like, oh, okay. And then we get him in. And then Johnny Boy comes up, oh, I got that. And then he's like, oh, and then, yeah, so maybe that's possible. NC Green, I like the planning. Maybe that's in there. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Let's go to our resident rock star, EZ. Maybe he has some ideas of, he's been on a lot of gigs. He's gotten behind the scenes backstage passes before. So what's going on, EZ?
Really good backstage.
Oh, there you
go. Last really good concert I went to was Mudvayne and Megadeth.
Wow.
And I
nice
had
shades,
passes.
by the way. Those are nice.
Oh yeah, these are my new purples that I just got.
Okay,
I had another pair of purples, but they were the wrong size. They're like so these are the exact same glasses as my blue ones, only in the darker purple now. There we go.
Pow.
There he is.
Pow.
Help me.
I can't tell the difference.
Pow. All right. I don't even know which one's the emoji anymore. Pow.
Help me.
There you go. Nice.
Help me.
Help you.
So
hey, easy. Any chance that you could make a song that says "Get Johnny Boy into the pit," and then that could be the anthem, and then Boy Green puts it on, his thing, and like just blasting it and just tagging the Jets. Jets Worldwide does the same stuff, and then it just goes viral. And then out of nowhere, with the second pick of the New York Jets, they're gonna have Easy come on stage and just sing that same song right then and there.
Oh,
well, I don't want the second pick. I want to trade back. Shit, man. If it was up to me, and you guys are gonna think this is batshit crazy. If it was up to me.
All right.
If I knew that I could snooker the Titans into moving up from 2 to 4, if I knew I could snooker the Titans to move up from 4 to 2,
snooker definition.
Like
that's wrestling.
Like
it's a pool game.
Here's the thing: if Muji was smart,
with cues on a
okay,
table.
And Muji is smart. If he could, like, you gonna let me speak?
Oh, sorry. I was just Googling snooker to try to get entice.
It means to fool or entice. Yes, to fool or entice.
Okay, good.
Now, if the Jets
I never knew that word.
kind of put the feelings out there that we're going to take Love, and Tennessee really wants Love, try to get them to trade up from 4 to 2.
Okay.
Get some assets. Then I would even see if we could do a double dip on it, get someone to trade up from like maybe 8 or something to 4.
Ooh, a double snooker.
I would double trade back, but I would not go further back than like 8 or 10. But I'm just saying that would be my dreams. No, that would be my dream scenario, is to trade back twice from 2 in that for that first pick and gain assets and still get someone you love. No pun intended. Because I would love to see the Jets be able to get Vega Ione.
They could in that scenario.
Right. I want Vega Ione, but I also want to get Lemon as wide receiver.
Yeah.
And then I would have plenty of assets at that point to trade back up. And I don't care if he's there. I don't give a shit. If it's my third pick in the first round and I already got Lemon and Ione, then I would just take Simpson right there. Fuck it, just grab him. Don't fuck around. Everyone seems to say. I mean, his former coach said that this kid is the real deal.
Yeah,
and he's got no skin in the game, other than the fact that he knows this player intimately, as a backup and as a starter, which means a lot to me, because if he was the backup. And he was studying his ass off as the backup, always making sure he was prepared to play no matter what. And then when he played well. Well, that tells me the kid's not afraid of the film room, tells me he's not afraid of studying. He was good on the chalkboard when they did their little interviews with him. I mean, and he's got the talent. The only thing I don't like about him is I wish he had Drew Aller's size in a perfect world. I think if the guy was 6'2", 6'3", he'd be a first round pick easy. I think the fact that he's 6'1" is the only thing right now and his lack of actual starting. I think those two things are what's keeping him from being a true first round pick.
Easy. I don't think it's too crazy. A couple years ago, I'll have to go back and look at the draft, but I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, it's a Sammy Watkins draft. The Browns were picking 4th. The Bills were picking 9th. Bills trade up with the Browns at 4th to go get Sammy Watkins. Browns are at 9th. Browns trade back one more time and go to like 16th, and they double dip twice. They did a double snooker action, snooker, and then they dove back and got a package of picks. And they were able to recalibrate those selections.
That's true, but they didn't do anything with it. I'm hoping that Muji's a better GM. But yeah, there are a lot of decent blue chip players in the top 15. I think as long as you can stay in the top 15, you're going to get your guy. He may not be the first choice, but he's going to be someone who's high up on your board. Yeah. So if they, I definitely want them to trade back from 2,
for sure.
Because there's too many good players out there. Why pick at 2 when there's all these other good players there? When you can get some free assets, this is just free. It's free. Someone's going to trade up. Someone is going to either want Love or someone is going to want Bailey or Reese or Styles. Someone is going to want these players because they're really good players. So if we could trade back to 4, ultimately I'd like to just do one trade and trade back to like 6 or 7. But here's my point. I would love if the Jets could work out a trade with the Giants. We don't need their nose tackle because we've already got Sweat. We already got our nose. Okay, so we don't need that guy. No, it's not that. It's just he's a good player, but we already have our guy in Sweat. So I would maybe then try to get Thibodeau.
KT. Ooh, okay.
Now if you get Thibodeau, right? You don't need to get Reese or Bailey or these guys because you've already got you've got a proven guy in Thibodeau who's already been a high draft choice. He's played on not such a good team, but he's excelled.
Yes.
And now we get a proven commodity, and we still have these assets, and then we could go and get maybe a cornerback or an extra linebacker. Or maybe we could get that safety Coogan in like the 3rd round. So we could get Vega and then Coogan in the 3rd round, maybe.
Oh, the center Coogan,
Cougars. I like Cougars.
I saw that wasn't Jake Asman did a mock draft yesterday with one of his pundits, and they did something like that where they all well, like not these guys. These guys are podcasters. I'm talking pundits are like guys who are like like the guys you have on, not these guys. These guys are our people. But the media guys.
Oh, right.
Media guys. Yeah, and he had one of his media guys on, and they went and they got who'd they get? They got Reese in the 1st round, and then they got Vega Oane next, and then for some crazy fucking reason, Ty Simpson was still there at 33, so they got Ty Simpson right there at 33.
Okay, and then 44.
And then at 40, I can't remember who they got at 44, but I think in the 5th round they were able to get the center Coogan.
Coogan, a little Coogster. I like that. Easy.
Cougars got it.
Sweet new shades, by the way, to Easy, and I like that plan. That's good. Let's see if we have an update. Lou B, Super Jets fan.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear you guys. I'll call back.
Oh, what a tease.
He's lying. You're lying. Okay. He's lying.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be the right thing to say? Is that he couldn't hear us, right? Like, that he said,
psych.
I can't. Are we? And I'm like, but you're not going through a tunnel. You're at your house. I do it. I would do it. I see. Yep. I don't know what's going on there. Anywho,
I would not mind getting Cougars, honestly, and I think that's a good pickup.
I wrote down a lot of notes while Easy was talking.
I did too.
Coogan talk, Tib talk, Lawrence talk, trade back from 2, trade back from 4, gather more assets, Reese, Vegas, Simpson. Like, there's a lot of things that were happening.
Okay.
Well, this is a very active first round.
Do we have him back? Lou B, can you hear us over?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Lou
Any
B,
update?
Good morning, guys.
Is Lou B talking?
Yeah. What's going on?
Yes. Oh,
Lou B.
Stop, Johnny boy.
Oh,
I can tell when you're lying. I'm from Long Island too.
hell yeah.
His lips
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
So, guys, I was at the Badlands event last night. It was great. You got to make it there next year.
Okay.
It was really good. It was really, really good. There was so many people there, and I was hanging out with Kyle Clifton all night and a whole bunch of greats. It was really good.
Radical.
But BG, I think you nailed it with the Denver talk. If anyone Muji could talk to privately, it's definitely Denver, right?
That's what I would think, and that he would trust them. That he would trust.
He would trust
them on
them.
the DL. They say, "Hey, we were like." They just come to Mooch and say, "Hey, man, if you would have transition tagged him, we would have freaking stole him from your ass, and there's nothing you could do. You franchise tag him, smart on you, but let's work out a deal. You were going to trade him last year, so you were willing to trade him a couple months ago. What's the difference now? Let's work it out. We'll give you again whatever it is. We can all debate. Someone said earlier, third rounder's not going to happen. All right, whatever, a fourth rounder, whatever it is, and say, hey, fourth, okay, and then we work this out, and then we get love. So what I'm going to do is this week, I'm going to try to see. Well, today's Sunday, so I'll have to be this upcoming week of shows like maybe tomorrow. We'll see what my timing is when the Rich Eisen show's on. I'm going to call into the Rich Eisen show. I'm going to say, yo, what's up, Rich? It's Paul in Syracuse. Here, let me throw something at you, and just and see if he plants a seed. If they think it's interesting enough, they'll put it on their YouTube channel. And then all of a sudden we'll start getting some bubbling action going on. We're like, can you believe what this crazy bastard Paul in Syracuse said? And all of a sudden maybe we start getting the wheels to turning. The river rolling. We get a little bit of that action happening.
You can disguise your voice.
Exactly.
And BG doesn't drink coffee. That's funny that he does not drink coffee because you surely act like.
Okay.
Well, guys, we are in the the space shuttle coming down, the little capsule now. We are on our way to the draft. I cannot believe this. This is going to be crazy. We're working on Johnny Boy's ticket.
Okay.
We've been working like crazy trying to get an extra ticket for Johnny Boy for the pit. But BG, I was told last night by Juicy Jet, only 25 people helped Johnny. Yeah.
Oh my God. Only 25 people
only
are in this pit?
25 people. Yeah, I do know Juicy Jet. He goes to all the games. I mean, he even goes by himself, that guy.
I don't.
I believe his name is Juicy Jet. Yeah, right. He's a great dude. And he's like, yeah, I'm in there too. I said, I'm going to wear a green suit. He goes, I'm wearing a green suit too. I'm like, God damn it. I can't even be original with
change it up. I know.
I was like, I can't even be original with a green suit off of Amazon.
You are a Lou B super Jets fan. I'm telling you.
True.
You got to go with like the Superman.
I know.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's another good idea. All right, I got to see if they have green.
Only 25 people? Oh, my God.
How many Jet fans do you think there are out there in the world?
At least 26.
Green, Johnny Boy, and Luby.
At least 26.
Just
wow.
3.
So, Luby, what's the confidence level you think we're going to be able to secure a third?
We're going to try. I mean, things happen during the day. My guy over there said that sometimes people just can't make it, just like anything else. We got to hope someone gets a flat.
Okay. Do we wait? Can you get the list of the other 23, and then we could just sort of?
No idea, but I got Juicy Jet's number. Hey, Snowball, work on Juicy Jet. Call him up. Maybe he knows another way to get some Johnny Boy in. If not, I think Bob's plan of BG on Johnny Boy's shoulders.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
that probably is going to work the best. That's believable.
He doesn't have
a total of 5'11".
There you go. Yeah, that's true. If you put those two together, as long as you can hold my fat ass up, Johnny, we're in.
I can. I got you.
Right, there you go. All right, Luby, let's cook. We appreciate all the work you're doing, man.
Hey,
what a day! Yeah.
Hey, Luby, I'll be singing in the all the way in the back. Show me the reason of being lonely.
I don't know why. I don't know what to do, Johnny Boy. I'm trying. Believe me, I promise you. You know I'm trying. So I don't know. But when I heard 25, I was like, 25. What are the odds that Johnny Boy gets in? I tried to do the math, and it was like the
Negative
spatial had
nothing.
a better chance of getting on the moon.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, a little bit, but we're trying to
Wow.
figure it out.
All right.
We'll do whatever we can. We'll bring a few $100 bills with us. Try to grease somebody, Johnny boy.
Ah, there you go. To get one more body in there, because like,
it's worth it.
I don't know. Are we just? And here's something, Luby, you may not know. Are we? Is it like a mosh pit where just the 25 of us are standing? Are there chairs? Like, what is this situation? What is this? Do you know anything?
Apparently, Juicy Jet knows everything, and I was like, so what time do we need to go? He goes, oh, you want to get there a little bit early, by 4 o'clock, so that you could line up in the front. And I was like, all right, we'll be there. So that's not a problem.
Of course,
because Jake's party at McFadden's is right across the street. So
Cool,
we're going to be able to just, Jake's party is at McFadden's at 12 o'clock. A bunch of Jet fans are going that I saw there last night are going. And then we're just going to run right over and do this.
Luby, BG, do you think when we're in line and then I go and then it's just me holding out my hand because they won't let me in as you guys are going?
Oh, so
and
we get that picture of us interlacing fingers and then our hands get pulled away and they're like,
Rossini, Rabel style?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, that's a different direction to
But
go,
look,
I guess.
if I get the media pass, right, I think it's only right that I meet Rossini. I feel like I would have to.
I actually don't. She's actually being investigated by the Athletic. I think she's off duty for the foreseeable future. So I don't
take Rossini's pass.
That's suddenly now available. That's a good point. All right, we'll look into that. Lou B, you're the best, baby.
Can't wait, guys. I can't wait. It's getting closer. This is going to be crazy. Have a good day, guys.
Are they gonna rip our chains that we're all wearing together?
Oh my God! Could you believe that? Like, yeah, you don't belong here. Like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
I think.
All right, let's keep going down.
Up some extra drinks.
Yeah, there you go. Try to see grease the wheels, boys. Let's keep doing what we can. All right. Speaking of greasing the wheels here, this is someone that's worth greasing the wheels with because there are a lot of perks. Chef Kevin Gilbert at the Cloverleaf Tavern, baby.
Chef,
do whatever you can for Chef.
Who can I grease their wheel to get into the pit over there?
I don't. Hey man, if Lou B ain't got it, then that's over there, man. I mean, NC Green I think said it best, man, with the old switcheroo. Like that's probably your best bet.
Chef.
But it could also be at pick 2. At pick 2, everyone's gonna go crazy. You just go crazy and run past everybody, and then just camouflage in.
Chef, you still have your tickets? Chef, you still have your tickets or no?
Tickets for what?
Season tickets.
Nah, man. This was the first year where I didn't join.
He punted.
So here's the plan. Call your rep up and be like, listen, I'm back in for season tickets, but I need a favor. All right. You got to get me into the pit, dude, or lady, or whoever it is, right?
Yeah.
Get the pass and then be like, all right, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going in for tickets.
Yeah, there
I
you
mean,
go.
in theory, that sounds like a good idea. But with how I was talking to my rep, like there ain't no chance in that happening. I've been ripping my rep for years, man, over all kinds of stuff. Kinds of stuff, man.
They can make it up to you. They can bring you back.
No, it's a mess. It's a mess over there with those reps, man. Everybody that they hit up, season ticket, we're all mad. Who's happy? This is what I want. What season ticket holders happy with all the stuff going on? Like, oh yeah, I got my just season ticket. No one's happy. The hell? You tell me. You guys run shows. You tell me what season ticket holders y'all talk to who are happy with all this stuff.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Man, come on.
The corporate guys.
Oh yeah, those people are probably happy. I guess
they're very happy.
Hey, what's cooking at the Cloverleaf Tavern on a Sunday, Chef?
We actually, you asked. I mean, we got a new brunch menu going on today.
All right. Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we could see that beautifully clear. Yes, excellent.
Okay, we got the zucchini fries,
the
smoked buffalo chicken deviled eggs, strawberry salad, smoked salmon avocado toast, bacon and egg skillet. We got a mixed berry French toast.
Oh, wow.
The other side, a little short rib hash.
Sure.
Short rib breakfast quesadilla, chicken and waffles, which are to die for. Strawberry waffle sundae. So
look at you.
We got stuff for the kiddos.
Ooh, breakfast potatoes. Nice.
I'm driving over right now.
Hey,
and then here, We got the unlimited omelet and waffle station, which is not bad for $26, man.
Brunch, booze, and family. No better combination I've ever heard of. Nice.
Yo, chef, what is the correct ratio for a perfection of an omelet?
How many eggs?
Yeah, how many eggs do you need in an omelet?
So I like three to four eggs. I don't do all that. What is it, like sour cream and milk, putting all that stuff in where, the people are like, oh yeah, it makes the eggs fluffy. Hell nah, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Like, these are just people that are like, want to sound like smart and intelligent when it comes to the food. Like, you're literally adding dairy to the eggs, which makes it more dense. It don't make it light and airy. Like, that's crazy. If anything, you would add some water or some egg whites into it and beat it up, and that will make it more fluffy. But that,
hey, chef,
like,
real quick.
Yeah, what up?
How many boiled eggs would you recommend someone eat at a single sitting?
Boiled eggs is one sitting, or is this like every day?
Yeah, just one sitting. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's just make it one sitting.
I think four is fine.
Okay. What would be too many?
I mean, I ain't a health expert.
Okay, what if someone? Okay, what if someone ate 8 boiled eggs at a single sitting?
Depends what else they had. If they're drinking water,
just
too.
That, just boiled eggs. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Oh, okay.
It's
People
protein.
It up. Nice.
Yeah, it's protein. You got to worry about cholesterol, but if you're doing that all the time or a couple times a week, I wouldn't suggest it. But in one sitting, hey, if somebody's a little hungry or whatever, a little salt and pepper on the eggs, a little hot sauce, mix it up. You're doing an egg salad with it, and then putting it between some toast.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, imagine somebody comes up to you. It's like, hey, how are your hard-boiled eggs here?
Only you, Johnny, man.
You. But chef, we've overrode your call here. What's on your mind? You tell us.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm sorry. I do have.
Oh no.
The boiled eggs got him. The boiled eggs got him.
All right. Okay.
He's back.
He's back.
That was just terrible timing. You're like, it's okay, boys. I have
the tickets for me.
And they were like, wait, no.
You got me tickets.
Okay, now we got you. Chef, please. You have what?
Yo, I mean, Johnny, I already told you, do what NC Green said, or just do what I said. When it gets crazy, just run. Just act all happy, like slapping people's hands, and then just stay in the front.
Jets Worldwide host tackled and beat to the pulp for trying to run onto stage and thinking
Jared B had the best idea.
Stage.
Jared B had the best idea.
You said the stage?
Horse costume.
Nah, we talking about the pit. You talking about going onto the stage? You trying to go above Lou B and BG and surpass them past the pit onto the stage?
I want to shake the hand of the guy that's going to change the New York Jets for us to ascend to heights that we have not been in how many years. So
who's gonna be that pick? Who's gonna be that person, Johnny?
I've been setting him up.
I definitely think I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Reese. I think they're going Reese. Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna go Reese. But I would be happy if it was Tate. I'd be like, Tate, I believed in you.
Tate at 2?
Dude, I want offense so bad, bro. You know that. I've been
but Tate at 2 though?
Yeah, I will do it.
Rich Samini certainly wouldn't, based on his clip from earlier. Here's what we're going to try to do, because we have limited time left. We're going to bring everyone on the show at the same time. Let's bring in James to the Brady Bunch Octagon. Let's bring in Philly Noodles, who is in a lawnmower.
Boys, what's going on, gentlemen? Holy shit, we got music.
Wait, what is going on here with Philly Noodles?
Yeah, I can't hear. Philly, was that you banging music? You?
Yeah, I'm lawn. Yeah, we're lawn mowing out here.
Yeah, you mowing your lawn, banging some music. All right, listen. There's so much shit. Let me start with what? Can I ask? Because I missed it. What exactly is wrong with Indy Jets? What's wrong? Lung cancer?
Oh, I can't remember the type, but he has
brain tumors.
Too many women.
Yeah, that
too. When you're an actor,
don't fuck around though. Don't fuck around though. Is it serious? Because I'm willing to donate like a lot of money to
Oh,
like
no.
I'm
Yeah.
He's not
like
looking
a
for
lot of
donation.
money to his cause if it's for a good cause.
Wow.
He's
Right.
not looking for donation.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
he's not
appreciate
looking
that.
for
He's not.
donation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's very so. Yeah, and let me put all the jokes aside. In all seriousness,
Yeah.
Indy's situation is very serious. Of course, he gave us a
how
very
how old
positive.
of a man is he?
I'm not sure how old he is.
50,
No total
53, I
idea.
think 52.
Yeah. He's somewhere. But what I would say is that his tumor reduced by, I believe he shared, was 44%. So that was very good and great. But no, this, what I'll put back up on the screen for anyone that reached out earlier about these cool Indy Jet shirts. This is not about a GoFundMe. This is not about raising money for him.
Yep.
This was just a cool idea from Badshaw about, hey
Yeah.
man, we all love Indy, and people can buy a shirt if they want to, like rep him and show some love. So that's it. Yeah, no GoFundMe or anything like that.
Yeah, cop a
But
shirt,
thank
bro.
you.
For sure.
But thank you.
I just wasn't sure if it was like dire because I watched the show a lot and
of course
I haven't seen or heard from the man in months and months.
Yeah, so he's in the comment section all the time. Like right now, he's in the comment section, but he can't call.
Yeah, I don't really try. I try to stay out of that thing.
That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best.
Wait, let's pull it easy. Can you let me talk? You're gonna let me talk?
Yeah, sorry, man. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
No, he's just kidding. Anywho, but so folks, this is a show by the people for the people. We have 400 people in the room. We have 5 minutes left, so I want everyone to get a chance to say whatever they want to say. Go ahead, Philly.
I will pull it easy, real quick. Tate at 2 is wild. That means he's better than Garrett Wilson, which I don't believe that's a fact.
Stupid.
So,
no,
yeah, we're not doing that.
Stupid.
Stop it, Johnny. We love you, Johnny. No, don't do that. We want you to be a real pundit.
Johnny, you didn't say that. You didn't say that, did you, Johnny?
I did.
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, exit out right now. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
That's my heart pig, man.
Come
my
on,
head
dog.
pig.
No way. No chance. Nope. Makai Lemon at 13.
Well, we're at 16. That means we trade
Yeah,
up.
but we're going to do some work. We have.
Okay.
I think maybe take 44, come back in, do something. I don't know. But even if it's at 16, Denzel Boston.
I'm still, that's not a bad choice.
I like Boston.
I'm cool with Denzel Boston at 16. That works for me too.
Ooh, that's a little rich. I'd take him at 33.
Yeah. I'll take Sony Styles at 2 because DeMario Davis is probably playing 1 year. So let's go make it happen.
You take Sony Styles at where?
Number 2.
Oh man. And then what are you doing at 16, bro?
What do I do at 16? Oh, then you take the best offensive player available besides Viacom, whatever he calls him.
Yeah, there you go. We'll go.
Yeah,
By the way,
and that's another thing. And that's another thing. If I have to hear Lou B, I would love to meet him. I'm sure one day I will. If I have to hear "I love love" one more fucking time, all right, we got it. All right, we got it. I don't think he's the next coming of Bo Jackson. I really don't.
All right. Fair enough. All right,
knowledge.
Get in there,
Can I
knowledge.
add on to that, BG?
Yeah, please.
I think he's going to be good, but come on now.
Go ahead, Chef.
Yo, with that Breeze stuff, I don't know what.
Yeah, talk to me, Chef, because I know you like Breeze.
Yo, I don't know what the Jets Worldwide and BG was talking about before, saying that they're going to talk to Denver for Breeze.
Yeah.
If they're going to talk to Denver, it's going to be for Sutton. It ain't gonna be for Brees. There's no reason to trade Brees to create a hole of running back to draft Love. The reason why you don't draft Love is because he's not better than Brees. You look at the college stats, you look at the stats, and you see Love's last season, Brees' last season in college. Brees has the better stats.
Bro, we did this. So, Chef, sorry to cut you off. Remember Darren McFadden's tape? Do you remember Darren McFadden's tape at Arkansas? That looks like a carbon copy of Jeremiah Love. Right or wrong?
That's a good take.
Fadden's a beast, man.
But they say he's more fluidity. There's more fluidity, supposedly.
A little more fluidity. Okay.
A little more shiftier, I would say.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I agree. But
the power's there. I could say that. The power's definitely there.
Yeah, but back is not where we need to go. If
you sign Brees, sure not.
if there was some way where we can draft 2 linebackers, one Will, one Sam, and have DeMario just run the middle with Jamie and doing, I don't know, picking something up, hopefully.
The sideline. The sideline real well.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Dropping off waters when they need it, whatever the case may be. I got a fresh Gatorade towel for you, but either way,
he's trade bait.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, boys. We have 45 seconds left of the show. Let's go around and get everybody.
All right, boys. I got nothing else. I said my piece.
There he is, James. Thank you. And by the way, I do just want to say this, James. That was a very nice gesture and message. I can speak for India. That's very beautiful. That's not. It's nice of you to offer, but that is not, from everything I've heard and Philly Noodles has heard. That's not what Indy Jets wants. But thank you, James, for doing that. I'm sure that means a lot to Indy.
When you sound like Dennis Quaid and you're his stunt and double, you have plenty of bread. We're not worried about that.
Obviously,
right? So let's remember that. Gravel rock voice. It's legendary. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, there he is, Philly Noodles here on the show. All right, Chef.
Ultimate Warrior for those was my favorite wrestler of all time. The first one when Papa Shango made him throw up the green stuff, man. Yo, I was scared. I was crying. I'm like, nah, I can't believe this. And then years later, when I found out that wrestling was fake, I'm like, okay, felt a little bit better.
It's still
to add on.
Look what happened with Morgan.
100%. Well, Chef, the menu looks spectacular. Enjoy your day, and we'll be checking in with you later this week.
I appreciate y'all. Great show, fellas. Keep it up, man.
There he goes, Chef. Again, folks, we're cutting it off here because I have an extra shift today. So doing some Syracuse Mets baseball, taking out the family out to eat. Jets Worldwide, another successful takeover. Boys, that was a lot of fun. Any final plugs?
There's a story of I don't know, man. Look,
listen, can I just add that, James, if you want to put that money to good use, help donate to the Grease the Wheels Fund for Johnny Boy, right?
Sure.
Try to get him into the pit. That'd be an excellent use of maybe half or a quarter of what you were flashing up on the screen.
There's the final message to the New York Jets. 25 people. What an elite group. I mean, that's unbelievable. So we will keep working and keep trying to pull all the strings that we can. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Here's how you can help us. Like the video here on YouTube. That is free to do. Hit subscribe. Make sure after you hit subscribe here on this channel, you jump on over to @Jets Worldwide, all one word, @Jets Worldwide, and make sure you guys support that channel, and I'll throw that up here on the screen on the way out. Thank everybody for tuning in. Again, we'll have some YouTube shorts and other stuff up on the channel throughout the day, and then we'll be back on tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. We're doing a boom bust episode with Drew Beatty, our draft analyst. That'll be starting at 7 o'clock, and a lot of Jets targets Drew Beatty plans on talking about. Snowball, Johnny, it's been real, and Johnny, 11 days away, brother.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Peace out.